Hey everyone, Soundwave84 here, the Transformers review. And this review, take a look at Transformers Selects Gulf. And when you get the figure, it comes in a box like this. And it just gives you his real name, TT-GS04. And then, some writing down here, sides, back, and yeah, other side. And once you open that box up and pull the other thing out from inside, you'll have this. And this shows like a schematic of your Gulf in his alt mode and robot mode. It's the Generation Select, Seacons, the Gulf. Some more little writing all over the box. On the back, it's got a nice Decepticon logo. Pac-Man trying to eat something but crying while he's doing it. And all these words I can't read. Bottom. I can read some of that, but not all of that. So there we go. Then you'll take this slipcover off of this box right here. This is sort of your plain cardboard looking Generation Selects that you normally get from Hasbro Pulse. But it's a little more, I guess, stylish, we could say. And just do a little spin around. Blank, just remember it says Transformer Selects into Karatomi all over the box. Then you would open this up more. I mean, they really don't want you to forget that this is a Transformers Generation Selects. It's here. And once you open it, it's there. And then it's up there. But your figure would be inside here. But of course, I've already taken him out and played with him a little bit. So let's get him in here. And here is Transformers Generation Selects Gulf, or as G1, we would call him Skalor. And what does this learn a little bit about this guy from G1 here? His function was amphibious assault. His motto was, I stink, therefore I am. Isn't that nice? Very sweet. In his bio, he is a merciless, polluting parasite. So foul, even his fellow Seacons avoid him, leaving a trail of grease and toxic chemicals wherever he goes, able to absorb fuel through the hull of any ship. In robot mode, equipped with dual crustacean rifles that encase and immobilize the enemy with hard, sticky scales. Serrated razor-sharp jaws are able to cut through any substance. In weapons mode, transforms into a twin-barreled corrosive slime shooter. He combines with his fellow Seacons to form Pyronicon. So that's a little background to this guy here. And let's just take a glance at the overall figure. I mean, I like the colors. It's very, I guess, G1-esque, and that's what they're going for. Paint on the copy is applied well, and he does look pretty good. I do like the gold face, the red eyes, and we'll just do a little spin around. Get that big, huge head for his alt mode hanging on the back there. So this guy here is a retooling of Power the Prime's Terracon Blot. So I'll just get that out of the way. So let's go ahead and compare him real quick with Blot. So bring Blot in. And they pretty much are exactly the same in a lot of places. The biggest differences, of course, is the forearms with the hands are different molds. The head sculpt is totally different. And of course, the backpack or head mode or the heads for their monster modes is different. But everything else is pretty much exactly the same. They use the same legs, the same shoulders, same chest, same thighs, same feet, same animal legs on here. The biggest difference, like I said, is just the forearms, the head sculpt, the animal head. Then right here, this little piece on the chest that will actually unfold out. Those are molded differently. Everything else is molded the same, just painted differently. So, there you go. That's the differences. Because even the little pegs up top here that his animal head, monster head pegs onto are still left on Skalor, or Gulf, I guess we should call him. Now let's put him here and compare him with some G1 toy photos. Thank you, Internet. Gulf here comes with this here is a weapon, it's a gun. It flips. It can be like a tail or a fin in his alt mode, and a gun in robot mode. Peg, hands, either one. Also comes with these dual blasters. He's got one here and one here, exactly the same. choose a side. Either hand, there you go. It also comes with this big like sword, and only thing is you really can't get in his hand very well. You can put it in this way, then you got the hollow bit just showing, but that's about the way you can hold it. If you turn it the other way, the little parts here just hit his hands and his forearm, and it just doesn't stay. But it does have a peg here, so you can hold it like a gun if you so desire that. Yeah. So that's there. So the weapons, the thing that shows mostly is this thing, which got that kind of cool because you can, he flips it around. He's like, "You think it's just a fin? Watcha!" It's a gun. All right. Well, I like these. These are cool guns. If you don't want to use these, you're using that, maybe the sword. These here can then peg back here on the monster head, and we'll just peg it in. Peg it in, peg it in. Knock it out with your fat hand, knock it out with your fat hand. Put it back in, put it back in. I said put it back in, put it back in. There we go. So you can store them back there on his back. Now these little dual blasters here do support some blast effects. I have these little green slimy looking ones, and they just peg right on in. So if you're curious about that, these ones here can hold some blast effects. Another thing Skalor or Gulf comes with is one of the hands for Pyronicon. For Pyronicon. I can't get the name. I always want to say Pyronicron. I don't know. But this is a cool hand. This is how Hasbro should have always done their combiner hands. It is jointed here. There's no joints in the actual fingers. But at least it's got a joint down here. And they're all individual. So if you want to do, the classy thing, you can do the classy thing. But it's there. And the gun that comes with snap trap, or what they call them, turtler. It just pegs right in a little hole. And of course, just make it look like he's holding the gun. Very cool. And of course, it just pegs in like any Combiner Wars hand would. Alright, so articulation here on Gulf. If you own any Power of the Primes Terracons, or if you own Blot, you know what you got. He's got a ball jointed elbow, which will then make up your swivels and your elbow bends. He's got ball jointed shoulders, so to there, and 360. It hits, but you can angle it and go all the way around. Head can spin around 360. And there's no up and down, but this piece here can move up and move down, so if you can have them look other ways with that. Hips are also on a ball joint, so you can go out to there, kick all the way out to there, and back to there. You start hitting that. You do have upper thigh swivels, and then you have knee bends to there. There's no ankle tilts because these are pre-War for Cybertron figures, so you do lose ankle tilts. There's also no wrist swivels, but he does of course have a waist articulation in which you can 360 all the way around. Alright, so that's the articulation here on Gulf. Alright, some robot size comparisons. Here he is with Ironhide from Siege, with Skywarp from Siege, Siege Chromia, and next to Siege, Skytread. Alright, so let's get the transforming Gulf or Skalor into his Coalanth, I think I said that right, mode. That's what kind of fish he is. He's a monster Coalanth. So what we're going to do is just fold his hands in. Unlike Blot, where the hands folded into the sides, his fold down underside. So that's one of the things they did change. Take his head, turn around to face the back. Untab this, which doesn't really stay tabbed very well. You can see there's these little markings here that go on these little pegs, these little tabs. And the goal in the robot mode is to tab them on. And they don't really like to stay on very well. So that one wants to pop up. You really just gotta force that aside. And it still popped off. But it takes some finagling, and you can kind of get it there. Next thing I'm gonna do is take his arms, bend them at the elbow. Then you want to bring them up, spin them this way to where these three little lines are facing you. Then just bring his whole shoulder joint up. So it's pretty much up, shoulder joint up. Now you're gonna take this head, you're going to bring it around. What you want is these two forms to go up and over to go behind the mouth. So just sort of line that up, and you want to bring that down. And they kind of just fit in there. We'll get more to that in a minute, because next we're going to work on the legs. So what you want to do with those, you just want to tab them together. Then you just want to bend at the waist, and they didn't stay tabbed together. And you can see there are these tabs here that the head was hooked onto. And then these little slots here in the feet. So this is going to come all the way around, and that's going to tab on that. Before you do that, undo these legs so they're not in your way. So bring them up and around. And you just kind of get it around this head here. And they tab in. Arms go up in here. See how they have now tabbed on. Now just bring his legs down and around. Undo the feet here. Bring them down. So on this side, bring the leg down. Pull the feet part down. Bring these little feet down. In the front, these little hands. Then you want to take this blue gun. If it's this way, spin it around. 2 pegs. You want the smaller one here. As there's a peg hole right there. This will just slide in. Peg right on in. And you are done getting Gulf or Skalor, whatever you want to call him, into his Cololanth mode. And the mouth is on a joint, so you can't open it. So, rah, feed me! And it's just trying to get his arms. I don't really like the arms down here. They really bug me. I'm trying to get them to be perfectly nice and neat in there. I don't like the arms. But there he is. In all his glory. Spin around. I mean, it looks pretty cool. I mean, I do like this little gun. So you got some articulation here in the tail fin. And you spin, of course, you got articulation here in the back feet and the upper leg and the toe part. And of course, these move, and you have articulation in the mouth joint as well. Now you can take these guns here, and the peg hole is here, of course, that you can use when he's in robot mode if you want to store it. Now you can tab these in here. Now you can have them facing you, or you can have them facing towards the back end of his monster mode. So you can be shooting ahead, or you can flip them around and have them point towards the back. And you come around, you got this piece here. Turn it around, the little chest piece. Open it up, lay it flat, peg hole. You see where I'm going. Tab it in, and you got this little underside piece. He sort of just balances on it. And there you go. Man, it's kind of cool. It's armored to the gills. And he's ready to take on the Autobots. Big teeth here are menacing. Painted silver. A little blemish. Some of the blue shows through. Kind of this pink color here. So a little bit of pink got right there on the blue. Nice yellow lemony eyes. I kind of like it. It's weird in the late 80s G1 Transformer style. I do like it a lot. I'm not going to transform into leg or arm mode. I'm saving that just in case I get all the Seacons, and I'll just do it all in one video when I combine them. Now let's get to my final thoughts. Alright, final thoughts on Transformer Select Gulf. Overall, he's weird and crazy, but I like it. It's just, just as crazy as the G1 version of Skalor. Biggest negatives on this figure is just the price point, because he is, a limited run. And just some of the tabs don't hold very well, just mainly with the head, trying to tab it in to the back in robot mode. A few little paint splotch errors on the head, and when it's only really visible when he's in his monster C Cololanth mode. But otherwise, it's a nice figure. It reuses a lot from Blot, but he's still cool. I like the colors. Now, I wasn't really wanting to get these Seacons. I don't know, I was trying to stay with the new scale and these throw it off because when they combine, they're still in the old Combiner Wars scale combiners, which doesn't really scale with now with your Siege, Jetfire, your Omega Supremes and stuff like that. So I didn't want to drop so much money on these guys to have them just be out of scale. And when they combine into Piranacon. So, I don't know, I'm getting them, but that's why I'm not ahead on these guys, is because I really just didn't want to get these guys. I was kind of torn both ways. I want them, but I don't. So recommendations: if you got the money and don't feel like spending it, perfect pickup. You'll have a nice little combiner on your hands, and some of the pieces like the hands and feet do seem to be upgrades from what we originally got with Combiner Wars and Power of the Primes. Do like that. So if you're into combiners, get these guys. I mean, it's definitely recommended for that point. Biggest con, like I said, is just the price point on these guys. Anyway, thanks for watching this review. Until the next one. Peace out.
Was that a fart? I don't know. I can taste it on my tongue.